Vespera's First Awakening by Ganymede Jones. The night was shrouded in mist as Vespera followed Gavriel through the dense underbrush of the forest. Their destination was a secluded clearing, known only to those initiated in the dark arts. With each step, Vespera's anticipation mingled with a daunting realization of the path she had chosen. Gavriel, his presence as much a shadow as a guide, moved with eerie silence. His cloak fluttered against the moonlight, occasionally revealing glimpses of his skeletal hand and chin. As they reached the clearing, he stopped, turning towards Vespera. Even under his deep hood, the intensity of his gaze was palpable.
"This place,"
Gavriel whispered, his voice resonant with a gravitas that seemed to stir the very air,
"is sacred to those who commune with death. Treat it with the reverence due to the resting and the restless alike."
Vespera nodded, her gaze sweeping over the clearing. A circle defined by ancient stones and encroaching shadows, with a stone altar at its heart, marked by runes that softly glowed under the moon's touch.
"Tonight, you will call forth a spirit from its grave,"
Gavriel instructed, handing her a small, leather-bound tome.
"These incantations are not mere words. They are the essence of the bridge between life and death."
With the book trembling in her hands, Vespera approached a designated grave at the clearing's edge. She opened the tome, her eyes tracing the arcane scripts that seemed to pulse with an unseen life. Gavriel's voice followed her.
"Remember, the body you raise will not speak or think. It is but a shell, a demonstration of your command over the physical remnants of death."
Vespera positioned herself before the grave, her heart a drumbeat against the still silence. She began to chant, her voice growing in confidence. The mist around her thickened, reacting to the power woven by her words. She felt a primal connection to the life force she was invoking, a surge of energy coursing through the ground beneath her feet. The soil of the grave stirred, first subtly, then unmistakably, as a skeletal hand broke through. Vespera's breath caught in her throat, but she maintained her incantation, her voice steady. More of the form emerged. An armored corpse, its movements stiff and mechanical, devoid of the spirit that once gave it life. The reanimated soldier stood before her, its presence an eerie testament to Vespera's nascent power. Its hollow eyes stared blankly ahead, and it remained still, waiting for her command. "March," she instructed, and the corpse obeyed, moving with a jerky gait around the clearing. Its armor clinked in the quiet night, a sound both chilling and fascinating to Vespera. She directed it to perform simple maneuvers: turn, raise its arm, bow its head. Each command was executed flawlessly, displaying her growing control over the necromantic arts. After several minutes, Vespera ceased her commands, and the body became still. She completed the ritual to lay the warrior to rest once more, watching as it obediently returned to its grave. As the earth reclaimed the reanimated form, Gavriel approached her, his presence solemn.
"You have done well, Vespera. This is but the first step in mastering the energies that bind flesh and bone. Remember the power and respect its limits."
They left the clearing together, the echoes of the night's lesson lingering in Vespera's mind. She was no longer merely a student of the dark arts. She had become an active practitioner, walking a path lined with both power and profound responsibility.